Good evening. You're very welcome this evening to Bridges of Light, where we're going to continue on the journey. All about your spirit. It's all about what it means to be travelling through this time. We are the 1st of May, and that's a very significant day for in Celtic folklore. And if we stop for a moment and just even feel the energy of the 1st of May. It's all about fertility. It's all about Mother Nature beginning to provide for us. It leaves us that we're nurtured for the coming year. When we think of, hi Joanne, how are you? When we think of where our festivals, our Celtic festivals, the way they were placed. Hi Bridie, lovely to see you. And Helena. The Celtic festivals had a very significant timing in the year. And those festivals marked what was deemed to be the change of season. And in Ireland, we celebrate, this is the first day of summer. And what we call it in the festival season is Balthana. So like when we look at overall, we have Imbolc, which is the 1st of February. We have Balthana now. We have Luce in the 1st of August. And then we have Samhain in the 1st of November. If you look at the placing, the timing of those dates is halfway between we'll say the spring equinox and the summer solstice. And again, between the solstice and the autumnal equinox. Brain dead. What would you call it? An absent moment there. So everything was arranged very much in celebrations. And if you think of where our energy is about celebrating and being able to do things that we would enjoy participating in that energy. So just looking at it, and I'm not going to spend the evening talking about it, but I think it's a lovely celebration on the 1st of May, because you are looking at the days getting better. In Ireland, I think everyone here at the minute is Irish, but we've had fantastic weather. So for us, it's a celebration to see the sun, and we won't stay on that one. But it marks the beginning of summer, so it is for us that celebration. And there is reportedly a cure if you walk out in a meadow early morning on the dawn to walk in the grass in the dew. And that is supposed the history of that goes back to where we would try to strengthen our immune system. And it wasn't, I don't think anyone ever thought of a system called the immune system in the body when it originated. But it was about getting out there, touching Mother Earth, feeling that connection. And that's where a lot of the festivals would be about that. We used to have the May Queen, and I think maybe in some places still we have a May Queen voted into place for the festival week. 3 days would be the festival, and she would go around in our local area in what would have been a donkey and a cart, and be adorned by flowers. And that was very important. That was significant for celebrating within the community. And today we would have the tradition of throwing May flowers on the roofs of our houses. Now, some of the houses we couldn't get up to, but it's again, it's about celebrating, and it's about fertility. It's about all coming together as the summer progresses. So yeah, if you look and see just for even a few minutes and think of it, it is a marvellous celebration. You used to light bonfires on the hilltops, and they were there for as well to honour fertility, to honour the seasons changed, and to welcome it. Yes, Bridie, my grandmother Healy always encouraged we walk barefoot on the grass this summertime. Yeah, your connection with Mother Earth, no better way. I'll tell you a little story. I'm terrible. I'll be coming in with little stories. The job that I was in when I was over in England, I used to have to do strange things. I won't go into them. But I remember one of the days was there was mown grass, and it was, I had to walk quite about half a mile on this strip. It was an airstrip, and when I was walking, I thought I'd take off my shoes. Well, you know, it was the most beautiful feeling of connecting with Mother Earth. It was just, and I said I was being paid to do this, and it was great, even better again. But yeah, it would be to celebrate yeah, do it in the sea. You just, it's wherever you find your connection. You always hear me saying this. You find your way. Don't, you know, you don't follow someone else and it not feeling right. It's okay if you follow because it, you know, you connect with it. But don't follow someone else because they've said it. It's about you finding your way. So it really is lovely. And yeah, the sea, you couldn't find better because you have the sea salt, which is also about earthing you and grounding you. The May Festival, anyone here do the maypole? Hi Kira, how are you? Anyone ever dance around the maypole? It's not that common here in Ireland. It's very much tradition in England that they get the maypole and do the dance, the weave of the ribbons. Olivia, you're welcome. They do the dance of the weave and the ribbons around the maypole. It's a lovely, lovely dance to do. And, you know, that's just another way, different areas. Hi, Gaetano, how are you? It's just to get the feel of the energy of May, of the first day of summer. And it would be, as I say, that tradition used to be here in Ireland, but now it's not. I haven't heard anything about it. Yes, I hear about the fires. They would have the fires on the hilltops still, but not the maypoles. It's sad. There's a group of I can't remember their names now in England that would be going out and dancing. They dress up in traditional costumes and go out and dance, and the maypole is part of the celebration. So yeah, it's very, very, very interesting if you go and explore the meaning of it. But what I found extraordinary was the connection that the Celts did with the natural environment of the equinoxes and the solstices, where they actually took them into account. Hi Sonia, you're welcome. So it's very much just that's your homework to do that. But this evening, what we'll do a little bit of talking about destiny and where destiny comes in. Morris dancers, lovely Olivia, thank you. The Morris dancers, and they are. I seen them one year. I seen them doing, and the vibration of energy that comes from them. And Mary, you're welcome. The vibration that comes from them in the whole area, because they do it in the villages, and it really is. And they have their like a tambourine instrument, and they do all of that traditional, I suppose, dance and would be about energy vibrating. That would be, hi Marion, that would be the thing about how the Morris dancers would be coming in, because they would use that energy. Okay, today we will go a bit on the journey, and there will be a little bit of a, Helena, We did a walk around Convent Garden singing Queen of the May. Yeah, isn't that is a beautiful, beautiful hymn. I can hear it in my head. It's lovely. And yeah, it's a celebration. And that's, I suppose I'd get carried away with that celebration. So we'll move on now. What I'm going to do this evening will be, hi Fran. I feel as if you're all coming into my home, but you are. So it's just the virtual visit, isn't it? Because that's where we're all kind of restricted to now, is virtuality. What we're going to do is, I am going to do a couple of cards. And with the cards, what they're going to be, I'm using the Fairy Oracle cards. I don't know if they're familiar to you. I'm going to use them, and I'm going to use them along with my own cards. These are cards way back, about 10-15 years ago. I was meditating, and during the meditation, this lady appeared. Now, I had no idea about this lady, knew nothing about her. I don't know where it came from. And I was talking to, I talked it over with my mentors at the time, and they had advised me to go looking online. So I went anyway, and it was a task and a half to look through, because everything, you know, where your mind can go a bit astray when you're challenged to memory. As you know, my memory's not great anyway, but it wasn't as bad that time. When I went looking, I thought, right, I used the pendulum, and I let the pendulum dictate where I trusted it, that it was going to go to the right place. And the third group of pictures, it wasn't just a third picture, but I went into different sites. The third group I went into, here I had my little fairy, and I've fallen in love with her. And what I did then was, the next stage was, I just left it be for a while, and it was about 2-3 months down the line when I got words, and the words became then blended later on. It's a strange thing when it's coming together, because you can't actually tell it as a direct story, because it comes in little bits now and a little bits again. But when it all came together, it really it made an awful lot of sense to me. So what this one is, these cards, I used them before. It's all the same image, but there's different words. I did use them before for anyone that had been on at an earlier stage. Trust, strength, love, patience, and peace, healing, and intuition. They're the 7 cards. And I feel when I'm using those 7 cards, I'm really connecting into the chakras and having the, I suppose, the energy vibration that's there with the chakras and the card, because you connect with them. So I'll just now, these ones here, as I say, they're the fairy cards, and there is words on it. I am going to pick 3 cards for someone now at the minute. Okay, so I'm not going to look at the cards, but then I'm going to ask you to pick a card from the my cards. Okay, so just stay with me, and you'll see how it goes. I'm handing it over to up there because, you know, my memory. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do it, and it'll unfold, believe me. The first one is make music. The second one is visualization. And the third one is new opportunity. Okay? Now, where am I drawn to? Marion McCabe. Okay, Marion. You've healing, intuition, strength, trust, patience, and love and peace. So Marion, will you pick one of those cards? Patience, peace, intuition, healing, strength, trust and love. Okay. And write it in, or write it in to me. Your name? No, she hasn't, Marie. I think if I put a name on her, I would feel I'd be nearly in a sense curtailing her. Because I don't believe in a lot of what we have to project it on to something from the spiritual world or the metaphysical world. I think we limit ourselves when we do that. We limit the extent of what they can do, because then we have expectations. So I think Marion must have Marion, if you come back to it, just all I want you to do is to pick one of the cards. Yeah, I honestly believe that, Marie, because I keep trying to stop my mind coming in to impose the limits that we have on all of these. You know, we talk about guides and them being in certain forms, and that's the limit we have within our comprehension. So we can't automatically do we're limited. We have a limit. Okay, so that didn't work very well, did it? We'll see. I'll put these back now. And the joys of being live, isn't it? And just give them a little shuffle. It doesn't need much of a shuffle. What do you see? I'm just going to go through Bridie. I'll pick 3 cards. Awakening your true self. Honoring your true feelings. There's a common word there. Stand your ground. Bridie, will you pick one of the chakra ones? Patience, peace, intuition, healing, strength, trust and love. Hi, Gaetano. We had a group, what was it, 4 o'clock? Was it 4 o'clock our time? Gaetano was doing a lovely session with crystals, and again he's on tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Come back to me if that's wrong, if the timing for here is wrong. I'm nearly sure it's 4 o'clock. My day is kind of running skew with this weather, so timing doesn't be. Okay. It's hard when Bridie, Are you there? It's the worst of kind of working in this way, because maybe we just patience, Gaetano. No, I was asking Bridie O'Neill there. So you're in for patience, but I didn't pick these other cards for you, so I have to. It is right. We'll do these cards for you. We'll do these cards. And what goes on? That this show goes on for an hour. There are a number of shows now coming online for English speaking, because originally the focus was more on Italian, because Gaetano is Italian, so naturally enough. But now it's coming. There's 2 channels, so there's a lot of English. The patience, that's your chakra card. Okay, so now I'm going to pick 3 cards from here. Because I know, yeah, lovely. And you are patience, yeah. Now, the 3 cards that has come up, the first one was vacation, okay? The second one was making new friends. I'll hold them up here. And the third one was higher consciousness, which I'm not surprised after today's session, working with the crystals. No, that was lovely. When I look at those cards, it's vacation, yeah, you need, but I think it's beyond the likes of taking time out. It's where you need to actually take time to bring your energies back together again. Because I feel there's new beginnings, like you have it there's making new friends, but I feel that's more to do with new beginnings than just friends. You're not going to be, it's when you go into a different sector, into expanding more, you're going to actually have a lot more different people. So in that sense, yeah, you're going to be making new friends, but you have to be vigilant as to the energy. And because I know part of your life, I feel you just have to be that bit more vigilant about it, because you need to there is still new beginnings. You've done all of this in the last year, but there is still new beginnings going to take place. That's where you actually need to have the patience to get it all together and not feel that you have to rush into it. But you're very much in control here with the higher consciousness, because no matter what you do, if it's not right, you're going to be knocked back, and you won't have it. It won't go. It won't go ahead if it doesn't feel right. And you know that from past experience, where there's things go so far, and then all of a sudden it comes to a standstill. But that vacation, it is more to do with just the time to allow things to come together within the space where you're. It's like maybe stepping back a little bit from the all that's going on around you at the moment, and definitely the making new friends, because you have butterflies in that card, and butterflies, as you know, is the metamorphosis. It's the coming out of the area where you would feel restricted, and you have to just go with the flow, okay? And the patience, well, your chakras, I feel this is with your sacral chakra, that that's the area where you're going to actually feel much more intense with that, and you will feel that will guide you. That feeling down in the lower gut will guide you. When it's not right, it isn't right. No two ways about it. Okay, thank you. And right, we'll do Who else would like a card read? It's very quiet this evening. Can we just get someone to write that they would like cards, the 3 cards read? Have you all left me? Just to write. Who's me? I don't know why that stopped there, because, sorry, it actually didn't roll. It usually rolls up itself. Okay, I picked patience. Right. I don't know what happened there, because it just stayed put. I don't know whether you can see the screen as I see it. Right. Okay, right, yeah. Okay. I was wondering, you were all so quiet. It's not like it when it comes to cards, is it? Right, where is he? I am going to just pick at random because I can't, it wouldn't be fair to pick anyone. Marie McGuinness. I don't know whether you see me, but what I did was I scrolled it up and then just put my finger blind on it, because it's too hard to just pick one person. But maybe, and what I'll do here, what I do here, maybe, will we do card readings for the rest of the session? If I get, how many's on now? There's 8 on at the minute. If I get, there's relaxation generally, and whatever happens, if it goes into meditation, it goes. But that usually takes up about half an hour. But if we stay with the cards, just let me know. Elena, how are you? Lovely to see you here. I'm just starting to do cards, Elena. I was doing 1 or 2, but I better not get away. I can keep talking, and it doesn't be productive for you. Now, sexuality. Honouring your true feelings. Oh. Tony, lovely. California, here I come. I hope you have lovely weather there. Okay. Love to. Right. Your 3 cards. Sexuality. Honouring your true feelings. And creative expression. They're the 3 cards. Now, we choose, let's choose, where are we? Peace, intuition, and I'll roll through this one just because it seems to get stuck when the frame seems to get stuck on the wrong place. Peace, intuition, healing, patience, strength, trust, and love. Mary, which of those? Peace, intuition, healing, patience. Marie McGuinness. Yeah, where was that one? Love. So, creative expression, honouring your true feelings and sexuality. One of the things about the sexuality, that is your sacral chakra, and it's about yeah, I have it, Marie. I have love here with you. One of the things about it is that you get, if you're not fulfilling your life, that sexuality can be often interpreted as being sexual. But if sexuality is expressing the essence of who you are, the feminine, the masculine. If we're, you know, for some there's more feminine energy and less masculine, and vice versa. No matter what the gender is, it doesn't matter. It's just the way it is. So sexuality has that energy, that power energy. Also, that power energy is, but you know, the color orange is the one that you would actually work with for that, and start to think of that. Hi, Brenda. Start to think of in those terms that you need to put more energy into you in expressing yourself. That it's very easy to get depleted in your energy, and that's because it's one of the things when your stability in life can be affected very strongly with that chakra, your sacral chakra. So the first thing I'd say to you is to actually be aware of how you can work with that energy better. To get, it feels like there's situations coming in June and July that will actually assist in you getting stronger in that energy. That you'll have no bother standing your ground and saying, I am me, and start to own it and have the right to feel it, not just feel you have to please someone. Do it because it's you. It's you're pleasing yourself in it. And the next card that comes out on that is honouring your true feelings, because if you don't honour your true feelings, you're going to have the conflict that you have the mind saying, this is how I feel, but your spirit energy is saying, it's not, you know, my true feelings are. So it ties in, that card ties in so much with sexuality, and it also ties in with creative expression. And of course you chose love, which has the whole, encompasses the whole lot. Creative expression, yeah, that's no bother to you because you have that energy. That energy is there within the yellow in your aura, within that green in your aura, and you can't go wrong because you're very much guided by that energy that's there. So don't feel that you have to compromise anything in your life to be able to express yourself as you are. As I say, the summer, June, July, there is change going to come about that will actually help you to get that energy in place, and it'll be to do with you doing something that is different from what you have already been doing. That makes sense to you. Okay, I'll leave you with the love of the future for you. Okay, thanks, Marie. Now, anyone come back to me and said, would you like the meditation? Or, hi, Rachel, how are you? Anyone come back to me and whether you want to do the meditation, you're welcome, Marie. The meditation, or will I continue doing the cards? We love. Give my love to Dennis. He's busy this weather. Okay. Well then I feel okay. We'll do the Tony. We need more. Yeah, we need more than, because there's 14 on at the moment. Meditation. I need to get a general consensus. The cards. So we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 5. Cards. Yeah, okay. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cards, 2 meditation. No one else is coming in. Okay. And the other day, I always use the same type of music for working and doing the relaxation and meditation. But I was using it on whatever day I was on cards. Hi, Mary. And I got a warning from Facebook that I was infringing copyright. They heard the music in the background, so it just shows you how sensitive. And like, as you know, it would be very much background music. It wouldn't have been at Dennis, how are you? It wouldn't be coming in strong, but I actually have to source copyright free music. I did try to get music a long time ago from a guy that I liked his music. He did Reverence album, and there's lovely music in it, but he was saying that, Joanne, okay, Joanne, yeah, we oh, you got your reading anyway, Marie, so all right, we'll I think there's one of them. Yeah, I was seeing something wrong. Now, the best way to do it is through just scrolling, because it's the only fair way I can do it. And I don't know whether you can see the names coming up. So I don't look when I go to it. So, right, we're going to scroll. And no. Marie, you were caught again, right? No. Fran. No, Fran. I'll pick your 3 cards, and that one's there to be. That one was hid underneath, so I think there's a good reason for that. Oh, Fran. The first one you got was inner power. How true. New opportunity. And higher consciousness. Now, were they lovely cards? Really lovely cards to get. Now, can you pick between trust, peace, intuition, healing, patience, strength, and love? And again, I'm going to scroll because just in case I miss it. Which chakra card would you like? Oh, sorry, maybe you weren't here. To pick between, you pick, Fran, between trust, peace, intuition, healing, patience, strength, and love. Which of those chakra cards are you going to pick? Okay. There is a time delay, all right. Love. Lovely. Okay, because I put it over them when I'm reading. That's why I don't continue on until you choose. Higher consciousness, new opportunity, and inner power. What you're going to find is, like you're talking there about new opportunity, and I know you've had new opportunities coming in over the last couple of years, but what you need to do now is to home into one area and let that be the journey, because what happens is the energy is there now. Like we have the higher consciousness, that energy is there here and now. You need to begin to trust it in yourself. The chakra card you took out was love. That needs to be very much owned within. And when you own that card, that's when you get the key to open the doors within. It's like, if you think of it in terms of, if you don't accept that love of the self, what happens is there's nothing then falls into place as it's meant to be. You have that inner power and you have that new opportunity coming up. And for me, I would see that more to do with September, October, where that opportunity is going to start to come about. It's not going to happen just now, but it is already in the grand design of things, and you're going to find it's going to happen through someone else either suggesting it to you, or because there is another energy there that will actually be involved in getting you to move forward. So you're not going to be, it's like you're going to change places as well. There's a change of environment as well. That can be to where you're doing this. It can be related to your work. There's just a change. I feel like there's a lot of, I feel you need to go somewhere where it's calmer, where there's more time for you to be yourself and not be worrying about what's going on around you. It seems to be that bit of hesitancy because of and like it's don't miss that. It's the new opportunity, but you're going to have to make decisions, and that's going to be the hardest part for you to say, this is time to cut off from something that's not serving me well. So just don't be afraid of it. Go in there with that love, and it's there. It's all there in your energy. Just grasp it and let the seeds that's been sown now, let them be nurtured. Don't say no to anything. Say, I'll see, yes, I'll see, whatever. Just keep that, because that allows your doors to be open, not closed, and you can consider then what the best pathway is. Because if you go along to do, to say, this is the way I'm going to go, that becomes then, that becomes the problem then of it being your mind is doing it and not your spiritual journey. Okay? Hi Alice, how are you? It's not your spiritual journey. So just become more aware of being able to get in there and bring about that change. Say, yeah, there seems to be a change as you go into the winter. Yeah, heading late autumn, winter, that change is coming in. So there's exciting times, definitely exciting times. And the inner power, and that power is there and very, very strong. So you have nothing to hold you back when you make the right decision. But no, doing that is, I think that's your challenge in doing that. But what I would say to you, the first thing you need to do is to take the trust element of yourself and accept that love of here, the love of the heart. And as well as that, get the colour pink. And wear pink around you, up here especially. It doesn't have to be, if pink's not your colour, you can actually get a little bit of material and just put it in your bra. Just have it that it's near your heart, because it's symbolic rather than actually being having to do a whole lot of rituals around it. Hi Shona. It's symbolic of you giving yourself permission. Does that make sense to you? Because it's that element of love that needs to be accepted, and everything else falls into place really, really well and really lovely. Okay? Thank you and bless you, and put love back down here, and we'll do, let us see, I'll just shuffle these first. And I'm going to do, for anyone that wasn't here, the way I'm doing it is I'm going to scroll up and then do a blind pointing to the person, because it would be impossible to I don't know what it is, Marie. You keep coming up. And it's still Rachel. You've but Marie, you were beside Rachel on it. It definitely energy, and like this. There's a song, isn't there? Energy, and it can be quite. It can do its own thing, energy, and it just says, yeah, you got something that you needed there, Marie, and it will be okay. It will be okay. Is that other? Thank you so much for that. No problem. It's my pleasure, Fran. My pleasure. All right, Rachel. Now I'm going to pick out 3 cards here. I'll try to get a few more. Moving towards fearless, moving forward fearlessly. Okay. Right, this is the first one anyway. Family harmony is your first one. Moving forward fearlessly. And the inner child. Okay. I don't want to hide inner, moving forward fearlessly. And will you pick your chakra cards? Trust, peace, intuition, healing, patience, strength, and love. If you pick one of those cards from me, Rachel. This is great for hiding the this is great for hiding the vodka. What do you say? Oh, I don't know. We'd have to go back on the recording to actually, because it wouldn't be recorded. I'd have to go back on the recording, Bridie, to find out what. Me and memory. When I say something, especially in any kind of readings, but I won't make any excuses because it's in daily life as well. I just don't remember. It's just I deliver as I'm getting, so that means then that I don't hold on to it, because I think if I'm holding on to something, I'm engaging in it through my mind. Right, Rachel, I'm kind of waiting on a chakra card. If you could just put it in the box, please. Be a lot easier, wouldn't it, if it was on visual, if it was on Zoom or something like that, where you would be visual. But it's okay, it's still. All right. Rachel must be gone. All right, we'll do it again. We'll just do it again. Keep putting them in backwards. Yeah, that's it. Right. Marie, I'm sorry. I know I was kind of looking at that one. Sylvia, are you here, Sylvia? Anybody there? It's Sylvia. I know there is a time delay between what is right and what I receive. Sylvia. Let me see her. Yes, lovely Sylvia. Can you choose between trust, peace, intuition, healing, and patience? Okay, and of strength and love. If you choose one of those, trust, peace, intuition, healing, patience, strength, and love, please, if you just write it in. No. Okay, Sylvia. Intuition. Lovely, thank you. And I think it goes very well with the cards here. What was one upside down? Yeah. This that was the last one. Okay. Stand your ground. All right. Body movement. Just stand it back a bit. It's too close, Sarah. And laughter. Don't want to hide it. Okay. Now, Sylvia, I feel with the cards, these cards, what's been happening you, and it kind of is, there's a lot of people influencing what you're doing and what you're saying. It's like being in a restricted, and there's a feeling of restriction. And it's like you're not taking ownership of, I don't want to go in, I'm not going to go too personal because I know you're on a platform here, but it's like you will stand back from making decisions, partly because it doesn't suit someone else. The fact that you need to make decisions because you, for your own being, for your own good, that's the important part of your soul journey, because soul journeys can sometimes hide what the proper destiny for you. It's because if everything is a muddle around you, it's very hard to see the wood from the trees. It's very difficult to become aware of that you need to expand your outlook. You need to be able to see that and own the value of who you are. And I always say, like, at the essence, if we could only see the essence of spirit within us, we would be so dumbfounded by it, because it is so powerful that, you know, you just have to be at a point where you say, right, this is what this is who I am, and that your card here is stand your ground. You know, stand your ground. That's one there for that says just you have to be. But one of the things, here's a lovely card here, laughter. You will find that one of the areas that you can, in meditation, you can go in and find that spot that gives you the peace and the quiet that you need. It gives you that soul space. And if you find that, when you find that soul space, you will begin to feel happier in yourself. You'll begin to actually acknowledge that power that's within you, that lovely essence that's within you. And you're very intuitive, but you're not using it. You're not using it to the full potential that's there for you to use it. And I feel in all of this work would be where you are. You just, your intuition is very strong. Trust it. Don't feel that just because someone says, you know, don't bother, or that's a waste of time. Follow that path, because I feel very strongly on that element of it, that you need to be aware of just how much gold is in your essence. And I always feel when there's gold comes in, that it is that shine that comes with hi Giselle. It is that shine that comes in to show you the value of you. I also see lovely buttercups around you, and that okay, that is something that the buttercups, they're everywhere. So it just that's you. To me, that represents your energy. And, you know, like again, we go with the yellow and that brightness of newness, of being able to, how would I put it? Being able to take on a challenge, but just do it. Don't be afraid of it. Don't get yourself worked up. because, you know, there's body movement, and yeah, I don't really get anything from the body movement, to be honest. I think, you know, you may understand what that card is saying to you, but I definitely, from that whole aspect of trusting yourself, standing your ground, and giving yourself the space to take time out to enjoy life, because it is so important at the moment to see beyond the terrible situations that's going on around us in community and family and friends. So it's to trust all of that, that energy. Okay, well, that's kind of it now for yeah, it's Giselle, thanking you. I'm good. Yeah, I'm glad, because it's that energy is there for you, and don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid, because it is so much you, and it's, as I say, that goal is around you. So trust it. I have to leave it at that, because there's another show coming on, and I think the next show is coming on. That's coming on is English. I'm not 100% sure, but it is worth just checking in every so often. There was numerology. There was a Russian lady yesterday was doing numerology, and she's willing to come back, I think, and do classes. Yeah. Thank you, Sylvia. It really is something. And as I say, anyone that got cards, they were all lovely cards today. There was no real kind of pulling back cards, which can happen at times. It just says, I'm sorry, Mara, I'm finished now. We're going to come back next week. I'm not saying we'll do cards next week. For some reason, as I say, I just go with the flow. I go where I'm guided. I might get up in the morning and have an idea that I'm going to do this on the show or that on the show. And it turns out that it's a way the opposite way. I had no intentions of doing cards earlier in the day. But next week, just thought of it. Next week, we're getting together at 6 o'clock Irish UK time, and that's 7 o'clock. It's just for next week. This is going to be the schedule for May, is on a Friday evening. And I'd just like to thank the team behind this show, because there's so much, as you've seen the video promo, there's so much work going on in the background, and it's all done free gratis. So, like, you know, fair dues to everyone. I just come in and do an hour, and that be it, I'm away. But keep well, keep safe, and thank you for sharing this last hour with me. Bless you, and we'll talk soon. We'll talk to you in a week. All right? Bye.